Good morning, YouTube. Hey guys, it is 7:59 in the morning, AM Eastern Standard Time on a Friday. It is Friday, guys. Isn't that just amazing? Today being Friday, it's the fourth day of our 6-day break in between Breath of the Wild and the next game to take it over, and we are we're gonna be breaking the fourth wall a bit today, guys. You guys out there on the other side of the screen, me on the other side of the screen, we're going to play what's called the Stanley Parable. And this is a game that I'm going into mostly blind. Hey, Matt Rayford. Hey, Shadow132. Drew Benson. Zakharov. Yeah, there you go, Pizza Ball. Yeah, man. You like I said, I could see where you'd think that, man. And this is supposed to be a really, really good game. I've been recommended it by numerous people ever since it came out, and it's one of those ones that, you know, I'm a completionist. I like to play things all the way to everything, right? And I've seen and heard tale of people playing this for like 20, 30 hours and still not finishing everything. I mean, and it's just really meta. Hey, Hobbs, good morning, sir. I mean, if you guys look, don't know if you can tell on your screen or not, but when I move my mouse cursor, the screen in the screen moves the mouse cursor also. But yeah, we're going to get right into it. And just to point out that you have Friday, Saturday, and the end of Sunday stream.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Okay.
Stanley
to get
worked for a company in a big building.
Hey GC, how's it going, man?
Number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-ending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in.
So this is a heavily narrated, guys, so the conversation will still flow, but
was happy.
There may be times that I just stop and listen.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow.
Hey, Lucas.
No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
So yeah, guys, just kind of get an idea what the buttons do. Well, that apparently closes the door. Huh. And control docks. But yeah, as I was saying, guys, you have 3 more days to get your votes in. Haha. Oh, hey, Shadow123. I'm kind of digging it, sorta. I appear to be stuck. Try restarting. All right. Begin the game again. Hey, Lewis Photography, how's it going, man? Step through the door this time. This is called the Stanley Parable.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
How cool, I can turn off the computers that are on. Hey, Chadley, how's it going, man? Inspirational poster. That's pretty neat. Going good. Yeah, this is on PC, Lewis. This is actually on Steam. You can get it for 15 bucks on Steam. If you look hard enough, though, you can get it on sale for like 3 bucks. And this is one of those that's just been sitting, waiting to be played.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
That's kind of neat. I can close doors sometimes. Yeah, it's available for Mac on Steam, actually.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Why did I enter the door on my left, though? But... Oh, no, Lewis, we have Switch, but this whole entire week is about doing some games while we wait for the vote to be...
to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Seems good. Where's this employee lounge? It kind of has this portal vibe to it. But keep in mind, guys, we are having a vote in our Discord this weekend.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Yeah, very Portal-like, kind of like Half-Life 2 almost, with or Half-Life 1 with the way the intro kind of works on it.
Yes, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
First open door on my left? That kind of looks like a...
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
I agree, Lewis. One of my favorite games on Mac right now for Steam is 7 Days to Die. Hey, Artificial Strauss, how's it going, man? Got some load screens. It's, you know.
Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now, in order to get back, he needed to go, from here, it's, left.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake.
Okay.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Okay. Still kind of getting that Portal vibe.
No.
Oh.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here.
This is like...
This is all a spoiler.
This is
Quick,
like the
Stanley,
room for
close
the
your
Matrix.
eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
That's what happens if you don't follow an iteration. Yeah, the architect room, exactly. So, it's all rather kind of amusing, because you don't have to follow an iteration.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Alright, so last time we got over here, we went through the right door. Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Well, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere, or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story.
was right here just a minute ago.
Hey, DA crew. How's it going, man?
Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
All right. I really wish I could, like, jump. Is there just a jump button I'm not sure of? Keyboard, mouse. Edit keys. No. No jump button, so we can't jump. This is great, yeah. Oh yeah. I don't know if it'd make people mad. I mean, like crazy maybe? Sure, but like angry? Nah, so far I'm really impressed with it. I mean, to have this kind of dialogue and everything, someone had to sit through.
This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again?
Hey, Giraffe, how's it going, man?
That we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
It's forcing the restart again. All the doors are they're push open in some cases.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I hate Mondays. That's awesome. Oh, it's super fun, artificial straws. I'm having a blast with it. Wait. Could have sworn the hallway looked like it was behind me for a second. Oh yeah, chairs.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
It's called the Stanley Parable. Yeah, it's actually really, really fun so far, Giraffe. This looks different. I don't remember the room there either.
I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Yeah, Koala Beast. This is the first time I've ever played it. It's super great. I know I made like 5 lefts. Okay. So that's 1 right, 2 rights, 3 rights, 4 rights. Okay.
Now this, well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? But you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job.
So we win.
No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay? I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Oh, that's... Stanley.
Right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Hey, Agnesh, this is called the Stanley Parable. And it's a puzzle adventure game that you don't shoot things or... Wait, this door's never been opened before. So, I don't think we need to go that way. That's definitely the dead end room. We don't want to go there. But it's kind of like Portal. It reminds me a lot of Bastion also, with the narrator always talking. This is way too creepy. It's
The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay, now if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office in fact the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Well,
I'm loving it, guys. I'm loving it. The physics don't make sense.
I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Oh, the voice acting, yeah, actually, absolutely the voice acting. Hey, Ty, I would presume a lot of people would beat it. I would presume if I had been smart and followed the instructions at the beginning. Oh, the whiteboard. Oh yes, guys. This music might be even more epic than Hyrule Castle at this point. You gotta wonder what, like, hyperactive 3-year-old painted these lines on the floor. Can't see the line anymore in Mr. Narrator. Oh, there it is. I would, yeah. I think it's fair to fight Ganon to this music. It kind of also has a little bit of a Time Bandits vibe in the fact that I could swear that I've fallen... Wait. Are you guys seeing this? Like, okay, I'm...
Wait, cut the music, go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Okay. We'll absolutely remember this fern. Let's see here. Options. Keyboard, mouse, edit keys. Alright, there we go. Resume game. Screenshot it. Ha.
Wait, we're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Hey, Landon Costello, this is called the Stanley Parable, and it's a narrative adventure game, kind of like Portal and similar games, but in this particular case, it's...
Oh, no, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Well, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Restarting again. It's actually really good, man. So far, the way the game works is it starts off simple. And there's straightforward instructions. And
you know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Which direction? this direction. Hey, Fox T. It's going pretty good. We are...
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Single player, Yagnesh. Okay. The trippy physics are trippy, guys. I mean, we went on this column like 3 or 4 times, and now we got a path splitting away from it. Oh yeah, it is. Oh, Erin. Hey, good morning, Erin. Hope everything's going okay in your neck of the woods.
Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Landon Costello, I've heard some good things about Geometry Dash. It doesn't really look like my speed of game, though. We've pretty much got some plans going for what we're going to do for the next 2 games, because we got a Saturday game, and then we got a Sunday buffet game. Alright. Well, that looks like another room where the door's going to close behind me again.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
That doesn't look like destiny. That looks scary. Hurricane Irma is going to hit today or tomorrow. Yeah, I know, Landon. Koala Beast, no, man. We're letting it all be a surprise, man. We have been playing the confusion ending for 16 minutes and 25 seconds.
You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined?
Wait, what?
So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime...
Every set. That's great. Yeah, George is supposed to get hit like Sunday, Monday, or Tuesday. Where I'm at, we are outside of the reach of Irma. So we should be pretty much good.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Alright, so this time I think we're going to actually listen to the narrator a bit.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh, we should be fine, Pizza Ball. Me and DigRat are used to tornadoes and stuff, so we're pretty well stocked. We've had some really bad rains the last couple of days, but that's about as bad as it gets. Yeah, Augusta and Savannah are going to get wailed on.
There was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Some great office tips, guys. Wait in the brim cupboard when I see it? Okay.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Let's talk about Cheez-Its. You know, Erin, I'm not a Cheez-It person. It's true. Yeah, it's not as, you know, it's true. I just not really care for them. I walked past it. Oh, I totally missed it. An executive bathroom. That's awesome. Well, when we get the next reset, I guess we'll have to do it. Yeah.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845.
2845.
Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Oh yeah, Landon, absolutely. Stay safe, man. I know Florida's really getting hammered. It's not a safe spot at all. All these doors closing behind me. You'll be in a shoe closet. That's not a bad spot to be. I mean, you want to be in an internal room usually. You want to be as low to the ground as you can. Almost got a really secret ending then. Okay.
Into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Yeah, Coracleaf, you are artificial straws. You're absolutely correct. In Georgia, they're actually out of standard unleaded gas. Okay. Wait, I saw a light.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
I don't know if I want to go to Mind Control Facility. This one says escape. Okay. We're going in. Well, there's cake. I don't trust that there's cake.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Oh, wow, Ty. Okay, well, the button seemed to be the right thing to do. There's a walkway. Don't go in the lift and wait for the Easter egg. Okay. No lift, wait for the Easter egg. Okay.
Now the monitors jump to life, their true nature revealed.
The
Each
cake
bore
is a...
the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers, the lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
I wonder which one's me. I mean, for all being monitored, all the... I can't look at all of them. The pie is a cake, the cake is a pie. Finkel is Einhorn, Einhorn is Finkel.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Only trust friends and pizza but never cake. Okay. Press the first button again. Okay. Don't use the lift. Press the first button, Matt says. So we'll trust Matt. Matt usually never steers us wrong. But yeah, guys, I mean, more fourth wall breaks, right? The whole entire narrator saying Stanley's controlled by somebody. Clearly, he's referencing me as the player. So I guess we have Stanley under mind control. We just got an achievement called "You Can't Jump." That's funny. If I clearly had him underneath mind control, I would so be jumping. All right, so. Secret. That's pretty funny. That's great. Once you go secret, just go secret.
No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
It's a story adventure game, Landon.
The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Console disabled. Alright. So... facility power? Oh! Well, that looks promising. Well, Stanley's mind controlled. And that's the question, right? Is Stanley actually me, or am I Stanley? Or is Stanley being played? I mean... mind control idle, awaiting input. System power.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation. Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation? Then, let's say 2 minutes. Now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock, why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see
he is evil.
Humble.
He reminds me of GLaDOS.
It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke.
I see a giraffe. Take it easy, man.
At every second of your inevitable life, from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever after.
Uh-huh. Think I might be dead? Huh. Hey, look, guys. We respawned again. Hey, Christian Huber. How's it going, man?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh, yeah, Erin. This is so good. So good. Just close the door to your office. Aw, it's already closed. I think I got stuck. I think I tried to close this door and it got me stuck. That's unfortunate. We don't want to Yep, I bugged it again. Yeah, that's what we're doing, guys. Is we're beginning the game again.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go anywhere except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
Oh, cup of the day. Pug life. Got pugs all over it. It's kind of neat looking. So another just a reset. Okay. Let's actually try to do what the narrative says this time.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Type face punch? That's neat. That's possibly going to make him
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Oh, there's a broom closet. This is where you wanted me to go to last time.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Yep.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow. Just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here. It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
That's what I'm thinking correctly. There's possibly here. Stayed in this room for hours, Matt. That's funny.
Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing?
Yes,
Why?
I'm still in the broom closet.
Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
Well, Matt told me to stay in the broom closet. That's why I'm in the broom closet. Seemed like a good idea.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever.
Oh yeah,
I
Chadley.
thought to mention it.
This game is awesome, guys. No ending here, just funny dialogue.
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning. Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Oh my gosh. Boy, we seem to really...
I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose.
It pizza ball, my goodness.
Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. He or she has fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place at the computer, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them.
Oh, this is too good,
When you've done
guys.
that, just step out into the hallway. Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you. You too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to.
I couldn't resist, guys.
Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I know the door closes on me.
Standing
Files and
in-
notes. Ha! I thought I might be able to do that. When the doors open, alright. Ha! Ha! Oh yeah! Oh yeah. Take that, narrator. Thought they were going to trap me in that door again with my boss's room and punch that code in and everything. Secret ending. Okay, that's good. Now, this game, guys, is super blast. I picked it up on sale forever ago. You might be able to find it on Steam when they do sales for like $3. Maybe something like G2A Games or HRK might have it on sale as well. If you use those kind of services, I've used them from time to time. Is that gonna be a zombie? I don't know, man. 411. I love how like not all the doors have numbers on them. I'm kind of waiting for that too. Or for like Wesley or GloudOS or somebody to pop up. Broom Closet Life, yeah. Now this door wasn't open to begin with. Oh, we got another loading screen. Yeah, I don't think there are. You are now leaving. Okay. I'm okay with leaving. That's kind of the point, right? It's an escape pod day or escape pod bay floor 760. Truman Show vibes? Oh yeah, absolutely. I absolutely. Let's see if I can fix the gamma a bit, maybe. Huh. So there's no gamma in here. Okay. I was hoping there's a gamma. Because some of these areas are super dark. 10 pounds for the full one, so yeah, about 15 bucks then. I bet the demo for this is even good. Did I miss the door somehow? Like walking backwards so I can see where I'm going because the emergency lights are gone. Disco Crafter, this is called the Stanley Parable. It's a first-person puzzle narrative game, kind of like Portal meets Bastion. It's really fun. Escape Pod Launch Bay? Escape? Oh, looks like there's something there. Okay. The end is never, the end is never, the end is never. Oh. The escape pod is a lie.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room to check on his co-workers. He never functioned well by himself and constantly needed support and guidance from others, so the thought of total solitude was terrifying to him.
Oh, so far
Stanley
it's...
came to a set of 2 open doors. He entered the door on his left.
No, I didn't. Maybe I did. Okay.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Hoping he might find an answer. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
No. We're not going upstairs this time. Forget
But
that.
Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical star field, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if
awesome
he's
pizza
asleep,
ball.
he doesn't have to take responsibility?
Super awesome.
Stanley.
That actually is going to put pizza ball at the top. We're going to give this a real quick twist and a tweak. Pizza ball is now in the lead with some 5:55 action. Hashtag pizza ball there, guys, for the awesome support there. 12B4 is a code.
Right now, as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all,
It doesn't seem to
he knew
be.
for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
I don't know, Drew. If you follow the narrator, maybe like 10 minutes.
Please, someone wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Okay.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work.
Oh,
But on
goodness.
this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comfortable.
Hey, Stefan.
And in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
I had to alt tab for a second to see the message in chat, guys. Stefan, we have finished Breath of the Wild. Right now, we have a vote going on in our Discord that will end at the end of the buffet stream on Sunday to choose the next game. And in between that...
room. Yes, that's where everyone would be. Stanley just needed to get to the meeting room, and from then on, he would never be alone ever again.
Can we close this door? I know there's one of these doors that we could close. Ha. Oh, wow. Neat. Yeah, rated T. This playthrough has got some dark humor in it. Mild cursing. But not anything that I would say would make it rated mature or... I wouldn't quite peg it as family-friendly 100%. But some of the biggies that usually unpeg a family-friendly game, in my opinion, aren't here. There's been no adult situations per se. There's been no actual substance abuse. And the humor, I don't think, is any worse than...
a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
or any Bugs Bunny kind of stuff you could wind up finding.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps
sure
he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes. This room. What a beautiful room. What a gorgeous, gorgeous room.
I agree, Chadley.
Eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No. We're not. Not this time.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Do not lie. If you're lying right now, stop. This looks vaguely familiar.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why?
Yes, I am.
I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
I don't know, guys. 2B1. The fact that doors keep closing behind me doesn't give me much confidence that this guy's on our side. Warning, do not stand on this side of the fence.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
No.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
No.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
No.
All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what, let me take a stab in the dark at a new design and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
I kind of want to go through the left door now, but I'm going to do this one.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here. Oh, of course. A 3. Really? Maybe next time we can get you to form an actual opinion, you know? Any level of critical thinking or engagement with your surroundings? Does that sound good? Think we can do that? Yes? Wonderful. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Leaderboard. Awesome. The number of awards won were actually dropping. Only worse, 3% of players chose the door. That's pretty funny. That's pretty good. We'll go through the new door again. We'll give him a better rating this time, maybe.
That competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors. Again, honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you?
Not really, Lucas. We're playing this one to another ending. Once we get to another ending, we're gonna go. Stanley didn't realize he was colorblind.
In this game, the baby crawls
left
towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Yeah, we're just gonna let it hit the fire. I think at this point.
You heartless bastard.
Ooh.
Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game, just to ease the pain? Let's see. What do we have here? Yes.
Yeah.
Seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Yeah, there's a few adult words in here. So it's definitely one that the reviews that I read and the research I did on it proved to be
At last, the one thing you've always desired. A game I had absolutely nothing to do with. But is it enough? Tell me that, Stanley. Will it ever be enough? Well, I'll say this. I'm done making things for you. From
Minecraft.
Now on, I will only create to fulfill a greater artistic purpose. Watch this, Stanley. I'm going to build a house. This will go here. No, here. And then...
I know, if only I could jump.
Yes, of course. And just to finish it all off, yes, it's complete. I made this, Stanley.
Me either, pizza ball.
Gaze upon my work of art and feel ashamed at your own inadequacy. Ah, but you've only seen it from the outside. You've only gotten half the experience. Please, step inside and make yourself comfortable.
It's another door to go through. I don't know if I want to go through it, but...
Isn't it perfect? It could only be better if... Wait, that's it. We must rebuild it out of diamond. Diamond everything. Yes, yes, yes. Come along, Stanley. We have to go mining.
Flowers. Trees.
Oh my, it looks like it's going to get a bit dark. Have you brought a light?
No, I don't have a light. I can't jump. Game's always getting dark.
Oh, no, 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 no. This is far more open-ended than I had in mind. I'm looking for something more narrow and linear. Something that makes you feel utterly irrelevant. This won't do at all. 1 out of 5. Even the diamonds couldn't save this one. Okay, new game.
I heard a creeper right at the last second. That's pretty good.
Yes! I don't even know what this game is, but I love it. You, trapped in a glass box with no way out, listening to me talk. Oh, it's inspired. I couldn't have done it any better myself. What is this game even supposed to be? I can't figure it out.
Portal.
Okay, now I'm curious. Let's go find
Yes.
out what the hell this is.
Even got the music.
Oh, it's a puzzle. Critical thinking, Stanley. Your forte.
Except the cube falling on me didn't kill me.
Genius.
I can glitch this one for more dialogue.
Now, how did you manage that? Are you really trapped in here? I'm actually quite impressed. I don't think there's a simpler puzzle out there, and you've still broken it. Well, since I don't intend to open that door, I guess you and this giant button just need to get cozy together. A dream for you, I'm sure. Enjoy.
Guess we'll just stand on the button. I gotta reset now? Oh, wow. Sad. The face punch code still works in this room. It's kind of funny. Alright, well guys, at this point, it's 9:12. We got to another ending because we have to reset the game again. This is really good. I probably will play this off stream. To be totally honest, it's been far better than I was even thinking it was going to be, and it looked like it was going to be great. Again, Matt said it's like 10 pounds in Steam right now. I saw it was $15. Gleam Eyes, not Portal, man. It's the Stanley Parable. It's like Portal.
Gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I think this time we'll go through the red door real quick. Because Gleam Eyes just popped in here.
Two open doors. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
You've got that ending?
He
Okay.
Stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Actually, Matt did suggest all the games this week are just ones that I'm grabbing that I've always kind of wanted to play, but just haven't had the time to play.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Yes, we got the ending for Stanley in the Closet.
I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
I think I've actually gotten
his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley.
Good job for me.
You are very powerful.
I think at that point, guys, we're definitely going to call it. But yeah, it was absolutely great. We'll go ahead and type bark. Bark doesn't seem to do anything.
The meeting room. Yes, that's where everyone would be.
Papers. Man, we're going to have to quit, guys, because I could just play this for hours. I can already tell. Well, guys, it's been awesome hanging out with all you guys. Tomorrow we have another really great game queued up. It'll be, yet again, another surprise. But I will see you all tomorrow morning again for some more mystery breakfast. Oh, Shadow! Get some hashtag Shadow going on. Shadow, you are super awesome, man, with that $15 donation there. And that puts Shadow in the lead for the Melee Monday competition. Oh, man, that's just super great. Super great. But yeah, guys, I will see you tomorrow for more Mystery Breakfast. Take care and have a good day.